The average age people start using marijuana in Canada is 15. The annual production of marijuana in Canada is 2.6 kilograms. The number of grow operations is 215,000. The number of people employed in grow operations is 500,000. The price of 1 ounce top grade product is $250. The annual number of arrests for all offenses concerning illegal drugs is 90,000. The annual cost for enforcing marijuana laws is $500 million, and marijuana is the number one illicit drug used in Canada. Cannabis has not been legalized or decriminalized in Canada. In Ontario, male students are more likely to use marijuana than females. Toronto students are less likely to use marijuana than students in the North or the South or the West. Health Canada has allowed some people with serious illnesses to grow marijuana for medical use. This is called medical exemption. Marijuana potency has reportedly increased during recent years due to prohibition. When marijuana is smoked, THC rapidly passes from the lungs into the bloodstream, which carries the chemical to the brain and other organs throughout the body. THC acts on specific molecular targets on brain cells called cannabinoid receptors. The highest density of cannabinoid receptors is found in parts of the brain that influence pleasure, memory, thinking, concentration, sensory and time perception, and coordinated movement. Effects include altered perceptions and mood, impaired coordination, difficulty with thinking and problem solving, and disrupted learning and memory. Cannabis was added to the confidential restricted list in 1923 under the Narcotics Drug Act Amendment Bill. Dealers face a 2-year mandatory jail sentence if they are selling to youth. Oxy is a cocaine derivative which contains kerosene, acetone, battery fluid, and other chemicals. Oxy is usually consumed through smoking. Oxy is referred to as the drug of death because it is extremely harmful to the body and addictive after the first try. Some side effects of this drug may be yellowish skin, rapid weight loss, and liver problems. Oxy was first discovered in Rio Branco, Brazil in 2004. The drug was smuggled into Brazil through neighboring countries Bolivia and Peru. Most users are between the ages of 18 and 35. The main ingredient of this drug is cocaine paste. It is very easily made. It is cheaper than cocaine, making it more affordable to drug users. Some refer to it as rust. People in Brazil addicted to this drug begin to look like zombies looking for pleasure. The difference between cocaine and oxy is like the difference between drinking beer and pure alcohol, said a federal police officer in Brazil. The Brazilian state is said to be unprepared to face this threat and help its victims. Comes in red, white, yellow, or blue. The drug is making its way from the poor to the middle and upper class. Oxy is dark, cocaine is white. Oxy users typically neglect everything else in their life and often sleep in oxy dens with other users. Users can gain a quick tolerance to this drug.
There are 4.5 million cocaine users in Mexico. Mexicans between ages 12 to 25 are exposed to drug use. Mexicans spend about $431 million on cocaine a year. Mexico is the primary transport corridor for cocaine destined to the USA. 93% of cocaine leaving South America for sale moves through Mexico. Wholesale price of cocaine went from $2,198 per kilo in Colombia to $12,500 when it arrives in Mexico. Mexico is an opium poppy cultivator. Mexico is a heroin-producing country. Mexico is not a cocaine-producing country, but manages to control and transport it for profit. Mexico has a personal drug use limit. In excess to this limit, there is treatment encouraged by the government. Iran has the largest heroin problem in the world. There are about 3.5 million heroin addicts in Iran. Heroin is processed from morphine, a naturally occurring opiate extracted from the seed pod of certain poppy plants. Heroin can be snorted, smoked, or injected. 1 kilogram of heroin is worth $5,000 on the Iranian border. Thousands of Iranian law enforcement officials are killed or injured each year in the fight against drugs. 80% of Iran's death sentences are for drug trafficking offenses. 20% of Iranians aged 15 to 60 are involved in illicit drug use. Street heroin is rarely pure and varies in consistency. The use of dirty heroin needles spreads the disease known as AIDS.